Hi, welcome. I want to ask you about the process of learning and whether or not you consider yourself to be a scientist. How do you learn? Do you learn with your mind by memorizing things? How about with your body? Do you need to have a kinetic experience to embody the learning? And finally, what emotions do you bring to your learning? Ambition, perhaps? Perseverance? Excitement? In my experience, each of us learns through the domains of language, body, and emotion. All three are necessary to fully learn and comprehend new material. I want you to consider that the way you actually learn is scientific, and I'll explain this shortly. The scientific method is what the Oxford Dictionary describes as having started around the 17th century. It began with Johannes Kepler and Galileo Galilei. The scientific method is a set of techniques where we seek to find answers to phenomena through empirical and measurable evidence. One thing I want you to keep in mind, and again just to let you know this is a perspective, is that the scientific method is about phenomena that are easily impressed upon our physical senses. So for example, things we can see, things we can touch and hear and feel, and all sorts of sensory impressions. The scientific methodology uses certain techniques to investigate phenomena, and it's based upon Western thinking, Western frameworks, and Western philosophy. The scientific method is about empirical evidence, is about measurable evidence to test hypotheses. Now, as I alluded to before, these systems are fantastic for working with sensory type of phenomena. But what if you have an experience? A very deep visceral experience of phenomena that is outside of the normal instruments of measurable science. Well, what do? Well, this is where the toolkit of the scientific method comes into play. Using the toolkits of systematic observation and measurement, we create experiments to test our hypotheses. We then refine, modify, and potentially generate new understanding based on our observation and integration. This is where an intelligent mind comes into play, and this is why we started this course and section with the invocation from the Taittiriya Upanishad. Intelligence is a key foundation of observation, because without intelligence you cannot observe. Here is my invitation to you to keep in mind as we continue further into this course. The invitation is to take a look at how you can make best use of that intelligence that you have available to you right now. Use this intelligence consciously to direct it into observation. Through this conscious observation, make things real for you by simply noticing sensations in your body, thoughts in your head, and emotions that come up for you. There is no right or wrong. The invitation is to simply notice. Make these learnings a deep integral part of you, because if you don't experience it, if you don't embody that learning, it's just up there in your head as a collection of facts and opinions. Basically, it's just memories of stuff you've collected. Unless you have deeply experienced it, unless you have embodied it in your physical body, in your physical form, it's very easy to shift and manipulate that stored information. Someone else who has better mental acuity, experience, and capacity may be able to rearrange your stored information without your permission. This can be done through debate, argument, or other means. Again, this is where intelligence comes into play, because the intelligent observer will understand the processes required for learning. That intelligent observer that you are understands that embodiment of observation, of hypotheses, of the scientific method, and can consciously choose to adjust those hypotheses. So the invitation here with this learning is to get in touch with that intelligence that looks out from your eyes. And that intelligence is key to the rest of the steps. In this course, we're studying the Vedic sciences, and there's a whole other philosophy and mindset that is required to learn and understand the Vedic sciences. The scientists of the Western world, Galileo and Kepler as examples, were brought up on the Western mindset. They come in with a particular structure, a particular architecture of their world view. That is the philosophy and understanding they were brought up with, and that is the philosophy and understanding that is real to them. Basically, they've embodied that. It's in their physical, intellectual, and emotional makeup. That is the framework they use when they approach learning and understanding new phenomena. The invitation in this video is to take all of those lessons that you learned, understood, and embodied, and to take a look at the framework that exists around it. Now, use that intelligence behind all those lessons, all that learning, and apply it, potentially to phenomena that are outside of the normal sensory range. How does your existing framework help you with understanding new phenomena? How does it limit you? Use your intelligence and use that faculty of discrimination, the faculty to discern which is true for you. What will you choose to embody? What will you direct your mind toward? And again, this is that faculty of intelligence. This is that faculty that the invocation helped to bring out in this conversation. I hope this has been helpful to you. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.